Hello everyone. Professor Ashwini Nerkar is here before you to deliver a lecture on subject basic materials and products. In this, we are going to discuss on unit stone. Stone is divided into two topics, that is basics of stone and classification of rocks. In this session, we are going to deal with basics of stone. Stone Basics of stone, we are going to deal with formation of stone, dressing of stone, stone as a building material, deterioration of stones, preservation of stones, criteria for selection of stone, uses of stone, why stone is losing popularity, properties of stone, and last but not least is the tests of stone. Now, let's see all these things in detail. First, let us know about how this stone is formed. Stone is obtained by two methods, that is coring of stone and blasting of stone. In this image, we can understand how this stone is obtained by coring method, and in this image, we can understand how this stone is obtained by blasting method. Dressing of stones means giving shapes to the stones. Surface preparation for dressing of stones means it is a process in which their surfaces are prepared to a form. Dressed stones can be fit to be used for any constructional purpose. Dressing is according to the type of work and demand. Appearance for dressing of stone means good looking of stones. They are better in appearance than the natural stone as obtained from coring and blasting. Stones in masonry work are to be provided for horizontal and vertical joints in the masonry. Now let's see how this stone can be used as a building material. Stones are used in construction for retaining walls, abutments, dams, roads, etc. Stones should possess enough strength, that is, it should have good durability. Stones are popularly used as a building material due to their availability in abundance from the natural rocks. Deterioration of stone means it gets decayed or it gets break, and this deterioration of stone is due to atmospheric agencies such as rain, temperature, wind, frost and living organisms, etc. These agencies are responsible for their deterioration, and these agencies bring about physical and chemical changes in the stone and disintegrate them. Stones which can resist all the above agencies as we have discussed in this point are said to be durable. To preserve the stones from deterioration, we need to apply some preservative materials. Preservative materials that are to be used are coal tar, linseed oil, barium hydrate solution, alum soap solution, etc. By applying these preservative materials, stone can be preserved from decaying. Now let's discuss about preservative materials used for stones in detail. Linseed oil is one of the preservative material which is used for applying on stones. It is used both in cold and boiled form. Boiled linseed oil will change the appearance of stone to a darker shade. Paraffin is the another preservative material used for stone. It is commonly used in dissolved form in naphtha. It also interferes with the original color of the stone, that is, the color changes or fades. Coal tar is the cheap and effective preservative, except it changes the look of the stone. Now, the stone to be used for building material, we need to follow some criteria for selection of stone, and they are: availability of stone should be in the nearby site, as the transportation cost increases if they are on far sites. As this stone is a heavier material, it becomes difficult to transport, hence it should be available on the nearby site. Ease of working can be achieved by dressing of stones. Appearance of stone depends on the purpose where the stone is to be used. For example, on exterior surfaces, we can use natural rough looking stones as they give massive appearance. And for interior purposes, we need to use finished stones, as we have to think about the safety of occupants in the interiors. Hence, the finished surfaces of stones are to be used in interior so that they can also be easy to clean and maintain. Now, the strength and stability are derived from the types of rocks from which these stones are obtained. Polishing characteristics means the polished stones are used for interior purposes. Economical, the stone should be economical to use, that is, the transportation cost, labor cost, and the purpose for which the stone is to be used should be in minimum cost. Durability of stone depends on the seasoning of stone. The well-seasoned stones are said to be more durable. Now let's see in detail about uses of stones. Stones can be used for foundation of buildings. They can be used for construction of dams, artificial sand, manufacturing of cement, lintels and arches, road and railway tracks, building roofing, ornamental work in building, etc. Also can be used as manufacturing of concrete in aggregate form. Now in this image we can see how this stone is used in its natural form and how this stone is used in its converted form. Here we can see the image of exterior of a building where the natural stone is used. Here we can see the natural stone has been used for steps, and these types of steps are used in exteriors or as landscaping element. In this image we can see the stone is used in its converted form, that is marble. In this image the marble is used for steps. Here we can see the stone in its converted form, that is finished form, is used for kitchen countertops. Now let's discuss why stone is losing popularity. Dressing of stone is tedious, laborious and time consuming, hence the construction cost increases. Hence the stone is losing popularity. Also, we have now alternatives to stones such as RCC steel, and these materials give more strength and flexibility than stone. Stone structure in designing spaces can't give freeness and flexibility to the designer. These are the factors which makes stone to be losing its popularity. Properties of stone, let's discuss. The hardness of stone is one of the property of stone which denotes several qualities of stone such as resistance to cutting and resistance to abrasion. It depends upon the nature of its constituent minerals. To check the hardness of stones, various tests are conducted in laboratories, and these tests we are going to discuss in detail in further slide. Hardness is important when stone is used for flooring, paving and stair treads, etc. Durability is the power to resist atmospheric and external effects, and it depends upon the chemical composition of stone, physical structure of stone, resistance to weathering effects, the stone where it is to be used. Stone which contains the silicates will be more durable than those stones which contain calcareous substances. The appearance is also one of the properties of stone. Appearance factors include color, grain and texture. Highly colorful stones are preferred for architectural purpose, but those are soft and thus less durable. Therefore, lighter stones are preferred than to darker ones. Vocability is the also important property of stone. Is stone hardness and grain texture must allow it to be quarried, cut and shaped. This denotes the vocability of stone. Now, last but not least, that is this test of stone. We will discuss it in detail. Hardness test. Hardness test is hardness test is conducted to find out the resistance of stone to abrasion. The test is done by cleaning and rubbing with material paper. The rubbed face of the stone is examined through a microscope. If marks of rubbing are visible, it shows that the stone is soft. Hence, it cannot be used for roads, pavements, etc. Another test of stone is the crushing test. And for this test, we need finely dressed 0.04 cubic centimeter different samples of stones. They are converted with plaster of Paris. They are tested in a compression testing machine. The load must be applied axially and the changes in the blocks at the corresponding load are recorded. So, the stones which are covered with plaster of Paris are applied with the axial load, and these changes in the blocks at the corresponding load are recorded. The blocks or samples which bear more load are to be selected as they denotes the good crushing test of the stone. Now, the fire resistance test is the most important test of stone to be used as a building material as it deals with the life or occupants of the people. Hence, this test is very important. Fire resistance is examined by building a small hut or a wall panel of stone is built. One side of it is subjected to 950 degrees centigrade and the behavior of the stone under fire is studied. If the cracks developed are deep, then it should not be used for important buildings. A good building stone should be fire resistant. Some stones such as basalt and trap resist fire very well. Some varieties of igneous and metamorphic stones are very weak against fire. So this was all about basics of stone. Thank you for listening me.